I'm going to break down on why people are calling this a scam. We first have to look at the feature server program created by the owner. The pitch is simple. Pay for the service and your Discord server will supposedly be promoted to thousands of people with a guarantee of at least 300 joins. For some people, this sounds like a great deal. You can supposedly get hundreds of active members for only $30, which sounds like an easy bargain. That's why they use this tactic in order to convince people to spend money, such as claiming there are only a few spots left. It's designed to create a sense of urgency and pressure people into buying this product. But once you look inside their ecosystem, the reality is that no one is receiving the promised 300 joins advertised in the announcement. As a result, most people in the support server are demanding refunds. If you take a look at the refund policy, it's stated that refunds will be considered if the product or service you purchase is not as described. He even said in the announcement that if you don't get your 300 joins in the first month, you get your money back. So either way you slice it, people are supposed to be getting their money back. No questions asked. Because this right here is why this situation is highly important. Even with all the negative feedback, nothing actually changed. Instead, he raised the price from $30 to $40. It makes absolutely no fucking sense to charge more when the people who paid $30 didn't even get their 300 joins. Then later on, he introduced a brand new product. To keep this simple, it's still based on the feature servers, like I said before, but now you have to join the paid customer servers to earn points for premium. This is literally just a Temu knockoff of Join for Join. Instead of farming Discord servers for coins, you have to join these paid Discord servers to get points. This is mainly just a way to bypass doing the 30 daily votes. As you can see, he doesn't care about anything. He's just in it for the money. So tell me, is it really worth supporting him and his Discord bot? Because to me, it clearly isn't. This situation perfectly proves that just because someone is a developer doesn't mean they deserve your money, especially when nobody is getting any results out of this. I feel like most people who use this Discord bot just aren't aware that they're being scammed. And honestly, I get why. On one hand, people are desperate to grow their Discord server. So when they see this bot seeing in thousands of servers, it's a sign of people trusting it. Because they feel like they don't have a choice in the matter. While on the other hand, a lot of Discord users allegedly just don't do their own research. Or they don't really care. Because at the end of the day, it's just a bump bot meant for growth. By assuming it works. Because the Discord bot itself is in tons of Discord servers. Anyway, another thing I want to talk about is how the owner is also promoting NSFW content to everyone, including minors, allegedly. I found this server from his other project called guilds.me. There is really no moderation on this garbage website. The Discord server itself is entirely NSFW. I'm obviously not going to show too much of it here, but it's definitely not something that should be blasted out with everyone paying for people to see. There's really no excuse for this. Before accepting any type of payment, it's the owner's responsibility to make sure a customer's Discord server doesn't violate the rules and actually meets the requirements. But apparently, that was too much to ask because the owner seemed more concerned with getting paid, no matter what Discord server it was. The problem is that he relies too much on AI moderation, even though it can easily make mistakes. So again, there's no excuse for that kind of laziness. If he truly didn't support NSFW content, then why didn't he check the Discord server before promoting it to everyone? To me, the answer seems very obvious that it was all about making money for himself. He's also been accused of scamming giveaway winners. Although this happened in the past, it's just that not many people paid attention to it. But more recently, one winner had to repeatedly ask about their prize because the owner never responded. It's a situation that's very similar to invite reward servers that keep people waiting and never respond even after they've already completed the requirements. However, the winner was eventually paid by the former admin who used his own money even though he shouldn't have to. After all, it was the owner's responsibility to deliver the prize. The funny thing is that I don't think anyone was ever supposed to win in the first place. The giveaways seem to be more about getting joins for customers who purchased the product because, as the owner himself said, he would do anything to get those 300 joins, even though no one was able to get 300 joins. And that's not the only problem. He also gave most customers inaccurate information about how many joins they actually received. According to his website, some servers were shown to have over 100 or even 200 joins. But when those same customers checked their invite tracker, the numbers were much lower. Some people might say it was just a bug, but if that's true, then why wasn't it fixed? And why weren't customers informed about it? Because so far, it's been nothing but excuses for customers who never received the 300 joins that they paid for. Now back to recent events. The owner made an announcement saying that if you have previously purchased a feature server, he will give you Onebump Premium because the product didn't deliver the results it was supposed to. At the same time, the price was increased to $50. For most people who don't know what happened, this probably sounds like a pretty good deal. However, that's not what this announcement was really saying. Instead, it came across as saying, a big fuck you, you're never getting your money back. And as of now, that's exactly how it looks. Not long after making this announcement, the owner removed it and also removed the feature server product altogether. That means no one is paying $50 for it anymore because the product no longer exists. As for the people who recently bought it, they're now left in a terrible position because their Discord servers are no longer being promoted like he promised. Instead, it seems like he's desperately trying to cover everything up so people will eventually forget about it. That's why everything keeps getting erased. Meanwhile, customers aren't getting any communication from him, even though it's his responsibility to keep them informed. Honestly though, I have my doubts that you can even get a chargeback because as of now, it seems like the money is already gone. And from his own point of view, it's basically, you got what you pay for. If you wasted your own money, that's on you. To him, it's just business. I'm not saying you should give up, but based on his own website and announcement, customers are supposed to receive a refund if they request one. He claims refunds are being issued, but many customers say they're still waiting. Meanwhile, the product started at $30 and was later increased to $40 and eventually went up to $50. Despite the price increases, customers continue reporting the same problem. They still weren't receiving the promised 300 joins. It's clear to me that no one is going to really learn from this. Because if people really did care about learning from their own mistakes, we wouldn't even be in this situation. The blame really comes down to the people being too damn desperate for members, no matter how you look at it. Until they acknowledge that behavior and decide to change it, this cycle will never end. Like, instead of chasing members, they should be putting their community first and focus on building a quality Discord server. But unfortunately, I don't see that happening anytime soon. I say that because someday, someone else will eventually do the exact same thing as the owner of Onebump did, or probably even worse. The sad reality is that too many people never bother to do their own research. If they did, they could avoid bump bots being ran by scammers and find a better alternative. But that's probably just wishful thinking. In my conclusion, Onebump is a scam. No matter how you look at it, the customers aren't getting what they paid for, and many of them are still waiting for refunds. On top of that, the bot is poorly designed, and the support server doesn't seem to provide much support at all. Instead, people report waiting days just to get a response from the owner. And even if customers do get a response, the owner keeps playing the account switching game between Apollo and XY. He claims he doesn't have an auth account, and yet Apollo owns the support server, and he admitted it's his account. It's there to be used as a backup so that if anything happens to Apollo, his main account XY remains protected. But like I said before, people will probably keep supporting this Discord bot because they believe they don't have any other choice in the matter. But personally, I don't really see it that way. Because if you want the owner to start paying attention, then stop giving him your money by canceling your subscription, remove the Discord bot from your server, and leave a review by telling other people about your experience. This is how you can push back by making your voice heard, especially when the Discord bot is already in over 35,000 Discord servers at the time of recording this video and is still growing. However, this is exactly why I keep criticizing these types of bump bots time and time again. They prove why you shouldn't be paying money just to gain members. The developers I'm talking about know exactly who they are. They keep recycling the same garbage features and copying off each other with no creativity whatsoever. It feels like nobody is actually trying to help people grow their Discord servers. They're just trying to figure out how to make money from them. Instead, it's just another bump bot built to spam ads. If you're going to make a bump bot, stop forcing ads on people and pretending your product is some high quality Discord bot when really it's just dog shit. Instead, focus more on building a quality Discord bot that actually works. Because if this guy can get away with it, what's stopping everyone else from trying to do the same thing? With all that being said though, the owner locked the general chat. Rather than communicating with his own customers, he chooses to stay silent by leaving everyone in the Discord server clueless about what's really going on. Everything he does is just so damn frustrating because he's doing all of this just to make money when he should be getting a real job instead of trying to make a quick buck off people. Like every project he owns has a paywall system, whether it's Guilds.me or his new project Cancel Flow. At the end of the day, it all seems to be about making money while giving people a shitty ass product. Also, the last thing I want to mention is that the owner of Onebump acts like some big shot just because his Discord bot is bigger and better, even though it isn't. But the moment someone criticizes his Discord bot, he suddenly responds, which kind of shows he really is insecure about himself and his shitty ass bot. So yeah, that's all I have to say, and want to remind you that these are just my opinions. But tell me your thoughts. Do you think Onebump should refund every customer who paid for the service? Or should people just stop using Onebump altogether so it can eventually shut down? Share your stories in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.